All 5 of these games, they feel that they can put Boston away, but you've got to go start to finish, and they know a lot about this with the Indianapolis 500.
The Celtics, who set up in a half court.
Reggie came here about 3 hours before the ball game was to start, did a lot of extra shooting, and we'll find
Chip team. Tony Petit with a rebound off a Tinsley miss, and up come the Boston Celtics.
Styles of play, Kevin, will determine who wins this ball game. The Celtics are...
And this is Jermaine O'Neal with a rebound.
In game 2 here, Pierce had a horrendous game, but bounced back in the next 2. So he's capable of having bad games.
Artest hits a three-pointer.
Court game. They want to make the Pacers and Miller defend, particularly down in the post against Pierce or Walker.
Pierce spins away from the Millers, goes base.
Starting Pierce, you're playing against an unorthodox player. He can go either way in a quick spin, and he's there. And before the defense can help, he's over.
Indiana defense. Tinsley turns him outside. Pierce operated.
This is what you can't let Pierce do. Start moving. You've got to be able to stay in front of him because he's such an unorthodox player. He'll make
it over here to Mercer.
What Boston has done is decided they're going to keep the Indiana Pacers shooting the defensive end of the floor.
Right now Artest laying on Pierce, but he still gets open. He forced up the shot. Another air ball. This one recovered by Ron.
Get it. So, but Pierce is used to this kind of pressure. He's going to find a way to get in the game at some point, and you've got to prevent that.
Well, he sets up McCarty for an open jump shot on the wing.
Williams first, McCarty second. They've been out in front of that arc to get the charge.
Pierce hits the first. Nice screen, and then O'Neal will pop out for the jumper. Deflected free. There's a second opportunity. Harrington giving to Mercer, cutting to the glass, but he juggled it. Delk the other way has numbers 2-on-1 from Walker. Laid it up and in. Nice play.
Missing, otherwise the scoreboard just pulls away from you.
Walker's 7 for 10, and the Celtics shooting 58%. Mercer jump stop, turns with the hook, wouldn't go. Rebound Artest. He'll put it back up and in, and he is.
Whatever rhythm he is in a great rhythm. Same shot. I guess Mercer didn't practice it as much as Kentucky. And a big save by Artest to keep it at 8.
Wallace, he was second in the league in steals, but he's averaging nearly 3 a game.
But let's remember this. A good offensive player, as he airs out and out, always has the advantage over a defender because the defender is always reacting to what he sees. So when a good offensive player is going good, you just have to take the hit.
Artest for 3. He gunned it in. Ron Artest from long range.
In there to defend, to get rebounds. Remember what you do and do it well in elimination.
Pierce pitches outside to Walker as Foster one-on-one, blows 5 to the baseline, leans in. Great little lateral step, taking the 2 bigs to the rack and laying it in. And Walker
shots against a stingy Boston defense.
Miller with 8 points. Pierce pitches to Petit. Turns inside and knocks down a beauty from 12 feet. Power forward, he's switched over and has played a lot at center, and Mark Blunt is getting set to come off the bench as well as Artest.
The hammer now. Now let's see if they can put their opponents away.
Artest drills 2 here at the line.
Manufacture some offense. You got to find somebody that can score the ball. Artest pulling his way in.
Well, Paul Pierce comes across to the weak side with a block, and the Celtics.
The scoreboard. Anytime they've had a lead, it's been temporary.
This is Pierce to the baseline. Looking for an opening, double pumps, tried to sling it over to Blunt, did 3 to shoot, got off the shot and he bailed out.
Big shot, and now the Lakers rolling in Minnesota. They had a 10-point advantage, up by 17 now. And again, you have to feel, I mean, even though Indiana is down by 4, possibly 5, they got to feel good about where they are. Only Bremer is almost exclusively a 3-point shooter.
The whirl in and set up Pierce beautifully for 3. And there's Paul Pierce with a 3-pointer on the right side to get this.
Well, they've got 12 minutes, and the Celtics have come in here with the idea of sealing the deal. And
O'Neal with his 14th rebound tonight. 5-point Boston lead. Artest across the middle, sweeping left-hander, up and in, powered it up and in over the defense.
And the streaky Ron Mercer gets 2, and Artest just doing his own improv on the way to the hoop and gets that left-hander to dance in, so they come up with 6 straight. Crowd gets
Got to keep passing the ball around. It's something that he put on the chalkboard before the contest, saying that's why they blew 16-point leads in games 1 and games 3. They stopped sharing the ball, and he wants them to run.
For McCarty on 5 of 9 shooting, and Boston now from 3, 8 of 19.
What they can't do is get discouraged. You know, they've got to keep making shots, and then they've got to do a better job defensively. Boston will. The Boston Celtics guys is keep himself available. My hands are out. I'm ready. And he launches. And the result is center. And, you know, I think he's done that tonight. Now, you can't gamble on Paul Pierce, because if you miss, this is what happens. He puts so much pressure on the interior that somebody has to foul him, and he gets a...
And he's shooting 92% in the series, 48 of 52. He's getting to the line nearly an average of 13 a game. Pierce in the third quarter, and you would think now Indiana would look maybe to go to O'Neal now that they've presumably loosened.
And behind or on the side of Jermaine O'Neal, they're not even letting an entry pass look like it can get in.
11 of the Boston Celtics from the line, and the Pacers have missed 2 in 19 attempts here at home. Pierce outside, splits the D, running right-hander, up and into the glass. He took Jermaine O'Neal to the rack and laid it in. Harrington before the shot.
Offensive players have a way of just making big plays. Look at him slap that ball through there, and then find the seam and finish the play with a shot-blocking Jermaine O'Neal right on his hip, saying, I dare you. 8 in the guys in white.
Pierce splits a pair of double team, but jabbed away from behind by Artest, grabbed by Hardaway, chugging away on a 3-on-2 to Mercer. Into the lane. Throw it down, Steve Jones. You got to get on the tramp and throw it down. Pierce inside pivot, one-on-one on Artest. He'll just float it up. Oh, and he drained it from long range. Paul!
Guys in green seem to have an answer, and Paul Pierce has finally awakened as he drives this one right into the heart of the Pacers and their fans.
Pierce with 14 points, and 3 other starters in double figures. Delk with 19, and Walker with 17.
Plenty of time for the Pacers.
5:18 left in this game. Down 3. They set up defensively. Pierce again from long range. Got it. Pierce just inside the 3-point perimeter. Pierce turns, and he had 4:20 to play in this one.
Pacers
Hardaway to Harrington.
Pacers have to answer. They just have to keep scoring. They have to keep the game tight. Artest.
Nice move. Going up and under with a left hand by 2 defenders.
8 in the quarter for Artest.
Round in 5 games. Here's Hardaway now on the inbounds.
Well, Reggie Miller likes him Hardaway because they speak the same language. Well, the language that Artest is speaking is go ahead.
Hard nose covered by Artest. 3 seconds left. Pierce for the win. Driving into the lane to the glass. Ripped as he went airborne. Buzzer sounds. No time remaining. The official
does not get a shot. Pierce has the lane right here. He's coming in, and O'Neal comes over, and from the rear, Artest slapped it away.
Time to score tied at 88. No score in the OT yet. Pierce up top. O'Neal brings the rebound down. Hustling play by Williams. Jabs it free, but it's Artest at midcourt. Taken back by Walker. Taken back by Artest. Saved to O'Neal. To tie this game, get it into overtime. Neither team has scored in the overtime. We're scored at 88. Artest to break the tie. He did, hitting the second free.
Able to catch it on the move and drop it. Artest at the line.
You have to wonder.
Going to be a shot that would give them a chance to win the game by tying it up.
Boston can't track him down. 3 seconds left. 2-1 game over here in Indiana. The pace.
Thanks a lot there, Kevin. Something a little old and something a little new. Old fella, I'm going to let you get your breath for a second here, okay? Ron Artest, backs against the wall, obviously. What was going on in the overtime of this contest?
I mean, we just play hard. We put ourselves in the hole. We lost game 1, we was up. Game 3 and 4, we was up. And now we got to be man enough sort of to get ourselves out the hole. We was up 18, 16 points. And it wasn't like we didn't have opportunities to put them away. But give a lot of credit to the Celtics. But we just got to, just step up and just keep playing hard and play together. And hopefully the outcome will be good for us.
26 points, 9 rebounds, 46 minutes of play for you. But you're a youngster, that's all right. What about this old guy over here?
I mean, he played a lot of minutes. I was asking him to pick up. I knew he was a bit tired, but he gave us a lot, and that's what veterans bring to the table. And who knows where we'll be without him right now.
All right, thanks a lot, Ron. Tim.